All right, last stop here before we get to our interview with Chris Marlar. Just wanted to make this note. Let's kick it on down to Columbia, South Carolina. Shane Beamer met with the media here recently, and they're in a tough spot as well because clearly the defense is doing their part, but the offense is not carrying their weight. In the first year of the Shane Beamer era, hearing a lot of the same things we've been hearing from Eli Drinkowitz this week, and how you got to stick to the plan. There's a process in place. We've got to continue down that road. We've got to not lose confidence, trust in what we're doing. And, that's a message I'm sure he is preaching to the entire South Carolina program there. And, they're saying it's all good and well down there, but you just lost 2 games, 2 SEC games, to kind of put things in perspective. And even in a game against a Kentucky team that kept giving you the ball and you couldn't capitalize on it. So that's a tough one, because that's one that you feel like Kentucky came in there and stole from you. Now you've got to turn around and get up and get ready for Troy and not be looking past them, because, hell, this is the same program that went into Baton Rouge and beat LSU a couple years ago. They're loaded with a lot of these prospects from the South that are pissed off that they're not playing in the SEC and maybe didn't get those offers they wanted. Maybe they want to show the Gamecocks that they made a mistake. I'm sure there's many of players on Troy's roster that got calls from South Carolina's staff. That's not to say, they got offers, but, they're going to be out to prove that South Carolina made a mistake. So this is potential of a trap game. I did see something, I think it was like ESPN S&P Plus is actually picking Troy to win this game. For what that's worth, that means nothing to me. I'm just throwing it out there as, this is not a team that South Carolina can take lightly. They've got to play a lot better on offense, particularly in the running game. If they're going to beat Troy, they got to get Luke Doty going. I think that's more important than anything, because once we jump back into SEC play, we've already seen with these receivers, they've just got to get them all on the same page. Otherwise, they stand no chance, because they ain't getting 3 turnovers in every single SEC game. That will be key this weekend. But let's kick it over to Shane Beamer, who stresses sticking to the plan and on the fact that the energy within that building remains as high as ever, as it should be.
Shane, as a first-time head coach, when there's something going wrong and maybe it's consistently not what you expected, how easy or tough is it to not try to be patient and work through instead of knee-jerking and saying, okay, we're doing this and doing that, and trying to let the other coaches do their job?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Certainly, you gotta stick to the plan and just stay focused on the process. And my dad used to say this all the time to me as his son or his football team, that things are never as good as they seem. They're never as bad as they seem. They're somewhere, in between. And there was certainly a lot of bad in a lot of ways the other night, but there was a lot of good as well. And I think our players realize how close we are, and it's frustrating that we weren't able to get over the hump the other night. But it's not. I'm not going to all of a sudden make rash decisions off of 4 games. Do we need to play better in certain areas? Absolutely. I'm not denying that. But we're 4 games into year 1, and we have a good plan for how we're going to get this thing going. And you certainly, week in, week out, you do what gives you the best chance to be successful. But we're still in September and have played 2 SEC games and 4 total games. We're not going in here and just blowing up everything after 4 games. We got good coaches, we got good players, and we got to perform better.
Juju was in here saying how the atmosphere in the locker room is still very positive and the camaraderie and bond continues to build. From what you're seeing right now, what players are stepping up as the leaders to make sure that the attitude does stay that way?
I don't know why it wouldn't. I mean, I know I've used the term doom and gloom before when Luke got hurt, and dang, people, we're 2-2. We're not happy with how we've played, but we're in September, so I'm not sure what the outside narrative is outside this building. Don't really care. But I know in this building, we as a team see how close we are. We as a team understand that we have a lot that we have to clean up, players and coaches. Details on the field, details like off the field, because it all transpires. But I don't think there's necessarily 1 or 2 guys that all of a sudden we feel like we're on some sinking ship because we're 2-2 and have lost to 2 undefeated teams. And we're getting with the team and be like, man, you better pick these guys up. No, it's not like that at all. I mean, that was a hurt football team in that locker room Saturday night. Hurt. Because we expected to win that football game. We expected to beat Georgia. And when you don't get it done as competitors, that hurts. And we had a hurt football team that came in here on Sunday. But then you're able to watch the video and see the good we did, see the bad we did, and how close we are, and the details, and just trying to fine-tune some things and continue to get better. And that's what we're trying to do this week. So, I mean, I meet with a group of 15, 20 guys. There's some of the older guys on our team. I meet with them every Sunday, and we talk through things, but I haven't had to do like any extra motivation or extra, let's pick ourselves up. Our guys, it's the Kansas City Chiefs right now are 1-2, and I don't think anybody in Kansas City thinks the season's falling apart. They've lost 2 games. I think they think they're going to win the Super Bowl, and I want our mindset to be that that we're 2-2, and we're going to do everything in our power, keep our head down, work our butts off this week, and do everything that we can to get better today. And then let's show up tomorrow morning at practice on Wednesday and get better, and just keep doing that and see what happens on Saturday. So a lot of guys. To answer your question, sorry to go off on that rant, a lot of guys, but it's not like I've had to pull 2 guys aside and say, hey, we really need you this week to pick the team up. They're good. They're competitors, and they know we got a good football team, and are excited to go play on Saturday.